Yes, now everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another LFC talk show. This is the third episode, I believe. Sorry that we are late. Blame Alexis to the bottom of me. Speaking of Alexis, I am also joined by Doyle. Doyle, never good at this, but Doyle, a fellow Scouser. Then we've got Alexis, who's like not a Scouser, but very, very close to a Scouser.
51%.
In terms of heart and in terms of fucking personality. Oh, I swore a minute in. That means I'm going to get demonetized. It is what it is, though, yeah? It is what it is. However, make sure before we continue, and I'll talk about the brief in a second, make sure you go and subscribe to Alex and his channel, The Cop TV. I'm on there all the time. This fella is on there all the time. So, yeah, make sure you do that. You just click on the title. Doesn't take it away from you and boom, you're there. Bish, bash, bosh. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. And long may we continue. Big up everyone in here. Shout out to Diego, one of the mods of the channel. Obviously, he first found Alexis. Then he found me through Alexis. And he's been a massive part of this channel. I don't know what that other comment was. But anyway, talking about the brief, then the people, we're going to talk about recent form. We're going to touch very briefly on the Aston Villa game because I don't want to talk about it no more. So, yeah, we're going to touch on that for like 2 minutes and then skip over. Then we're going to talk about our confidence going into the United game. We're going to touch on a few players' form. And, you know, because obviously a few players have been a bit missing lately, not the usual self. So we're going to touch on that. Village transfer, gossip, and also a lovely quiz to finish off the show, which I will talk about when we get there. Well, boys, how are we before we continue? Just ramble for about 2 minutes.
I'm very, very good, lad. I'm made up that during this lockdown, the football's still on. That's one thing that has kept the light during this lockdown, lad. I'm looking forward to Liverpool v United. That's what I mean. Like I'm able to look forward to things like that. So thank the Lord for the footy, innit?
Shout out football.
Absolutely. I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on once again. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Good to see both of your beautiful faces, and I'll win the quiz. How bizarre!
I will win the quiz. Listen. Yeah. Make sure that you've all got your cup of teas or coffees or beverages going into this stream because that is an essential. This is one of them streams, mate. Shout out to Ryan. Everyone go and drop the lads. Alex and Doyle subscribe. Make sure you do that. Ryan Turner is a legend. Alex, have you got these as mods?
Which?
Like Ryan and Diego and all that.
Yeah, Diego's on all the time. Joe Brady's on all the time.
I was going to say, if you got them as mods.
What's mods?
Like a mod where you get people to like control the chat for you. Do you know when people are chatting shit?
Oh, really? No, I should do that actually.
They'll do all that. Yeah, you can do it. You can do that, mate. Just a little tip for you there, Alexis.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
You, man. This Alexis thing, just before we go ahead, this Alexis thing.
Do you want me to swear it?
No one ever in my life has ever called me that. So it's just weird to keep hearing it. Do you know what I mean? Just go with what Doyle calls me. Do you know what I mean?
Go ahead, sweet Sean then. Well, Alex.
No, he doesn't even call me that.
Nah, no, it's Gilly, but still, you know, it's one of them things. So first off, I want to talk about the form. Recently, 2 wins in 5 games across all competitions for Liverpool FC. Obviously, them wins came against Palace and the Villa game the other day. Touching on that Villa game, Alex, what's your final thoughts? Because if you ask me, it's one of them things. We won the game, and I know we weren't great, and I know we were playing 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, and I know I'm a kid, so I can't really call these kids when they're actually around my age, but I am actually older than the average age of that squad, and they done well. In the first half, they done very well, and you know one thing about Liverpool in this game, we should have won that game 13-14-0, but if we were to play our worst performance, which was probably that was the result you were going to get. So at least we knew we could still win. Because even though 4-1 isn't, we've absolutely slapped you. Because remember, the 17, 16, I change the age all the time. Either way, it doesn't matter. You should be snotting them about 10-0. But that's our expectations because we're the league champions. But when you go into the game in poor form, and I'm not trying to make excuses because, as I've said multiple times, Alex, Doyle, they are 15. They are 15-year-olds, and we should have. But my thought is we got the win. We're through to the next round, and it is what it is. Alex, what's your thinking?
So we won the game, but the winners, I think, were Aston Villa. If that makes sense.
The
the PR winners in this tie, Aston Villa. It was a lose-lose situation for Liverpool. If we put a strong team out and battered them 7-0, they're only 13. If we put a weak team out, you got battered by a 13-year-old. If we drew, you're only the same. Do you know what I mean? So it was a complete lose-lose situation, whatever team you put out. The fact that we won it 4-1 after a shocking first half, to be honest with you, they did play well, but we were awful, really. After 3 goals going, then you kind of relax a bit. But realistically, should have won that game by at least 5 or 6. And I genuinely, if we'd have drawn that game, bro, and I think both of you would have been the same. Do you think I'd be coming on here if we drew that game or lost that game? I would have retired the Klopp TV, and genuinely, bro, it would have been too much. Listen, we got the win in the end. That's what matters. But you have to say big up to Louis Barry, the man that obviously taught Messi everything.
Well, this is the thing about Louis Barry. The people who don't know the backstory, and he was the only player in that starting 11 that I knew from Aston Villa, simply for the fact that he played for Barcelona last season. And obviously, he played for West Brom 2 seasons ago. He joined Barcelona for a year, and then he came back home because obviously West Brom and Aston Villa are close by. He was an Aston Villa supporter growing up. Do you know what's mad? Even though I was fuming, I was livid, done my first watch along for the Villa game as well. And even though I was fuming at half time, I couldn't help but smile and be happy for Louis Barry. If you step out of being a Liverpool fan and you just actually take in, and be because I'm also a football fan. I'm clear Liverpool, but I'm a football fan, and I can appreciate that. Do you know what? This kid who 4 days ago didn't even know he was playing has just came in, shown his quality, took his chance, and what a game. Even at the end, how boss was it when his coach was like, "Hey, I don't know why I imagine him being Scottish, but I just think he is anyway." And he just says to him, "Mate, that's your fucking shirt. Make sure you go and get that." That's what he said to him, and it was like, "Shit, yeah." And so he went back to Fabinho. He got his shirt, and it was like, even though it was just a weird game, and like you said, Alex, it was a lose-lose. At least, there's positives to take, and we didn't, lose or draw.
But obviously we didn't lose or draw, but we won the game. But it seems like we lost it because now it's coming out that people are saying, "Oh, it was disrespectful that he put such a strong team out." So how can you win?
If you put a weak
team out,
this is what Klopp said.
I'm not listening to it. I'm just saying people are saying.
Klopp said, for the people who possibly even in the chat who might have that opinion, Klopp said he went with the same team that he was going to go with, a few days before the game. And I was okay with that, but I also did kind of think we could rest a few players here, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's just Jurgen Klopp, even though I'm for him and I went 2 against the 11 when it came to the game, especially for the reasons that he gave. But that being said, when you're talking about 1 minute you need, rest, and then next minute, you're putting on your best players against a group of 17-year-olds. It's just putting your foot in the mud a little bit. So I can understand from people's perspective why right now he's kind of in the heat at the moment. Because, Doyle, I don't know what you think. When I look at Jurgen Klopp right now, he is rattled, and, whatever that means. And to be honest with you, I think it's a good thing that he's rattled for the fact that he needs to be. He's getting bullshit in every game. Neutrals might not see it, but he is getting big injuries. He's also getting VAR decisions against them and whatnot. It's been a weird season, and he just can't cope with it. And I just think right now he is rattled, just a bit angry and a bit emotional, which is normal.
It's one of them things, lad. He's exasperated, bro. He's like what you just said. VAR, injuries, COVID, all these mad decisions going against him, lad. It's just one of them type of things where anyone would react the way he's reacting. He's just a human being, lad. And I've said this about all the players as well. I was saying it on the cop the other day. These are all normal human beings. These, they are football players. But the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment as well is going to be affecting them, lad. It affects all of us, lad. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them type of things. You can't really blame Klopp for the way he's doing. I think he's handling everything well. We're still top of the league, bro. We're still, you know what I mean? And what the thing for me is, what it tells me about all these games in this season is when we want to perform, we do, lad. We beat the big teams. Even like that game against Aston Villa, we were coasting along until half-time, got to the second half, and then just instantly took over straight away, lad, because we wanted to, because Klopp was like, "What are you doing? You're getting beat by fucking kids, lad." He was like, you know what I mean? So he obviously came out. Obviously, lad, you know, he must have went in there and went to use messing. Use actually messing,
This is what I mean.
Like, these got the butties packed for them by the Mars this morning for school, and they're beating you tonight. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them type of things like, where it probably woke them up a little bit. And I think the reason why he's played Salah and he's played Mane, because I wanted them to, was so that he could score some goals, lad. Because they haven't been scoring in the past few games, so he just wants them to get some goals, get that like momentum going into the United game, and hopefully that does work for them. Because Mane got 2, Salah got 1. So, you know,
I'll be honest with you, Doyle, I admire the optimism, and I'm certainly not saying you're wrong, and it's a great way to look at it. I just think that game was a complete one-off, and it's like one of them things, regardless what happens in that fixture, my mate, it's like, it doesn't give me confidence for United. As far as I'm concerned, our last game was against Southampton, which we lost 1-0, by the way. I'm not looking at this Aston Villa game as one of them things. They might as well have forfeited. They were never going to win the game. Even though they had a great game, and in hindsight, there was moments that was brilliant. Even Thiago, like, brilliant game. Absolutely loved the man to bits. Thiago Alcantara, our number friggin' 6. However, he's playing 16-year-olds. He's supposed to look that good. It's like...
This is the point, lad.
Yeah, but he looks that good against Chelsea.
Lad.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't. Whoa. Did you not hear me? Thiago Alcantara, our number 6. I'm just talking about this one-off performance. This one-off performance where it doesn't matter who played well. Everyone should have played well. But you know one thing? Before we move on, I actually want to touch on one player, and it's Reece Williams. And this is because... obviously, the clear thing now is that Liverpool are most likely not going to get a centre-back. It's pretty much near enough confirmed. We are not going to get a centre-back. Shout out to Theo Woods, by the way, one of COP TV's finest. So... and I think this is my opinion, and you jump in, and whether you disagree with me or not, let me know. I think not getting a centre-back is detrimental to the title race. And as far as I'm concerned, as the fact that we've just won it, I want to go forward and win it again. Just because winning it, tasting that feeling once is not enough. You want to get it again. And if it's me, I want to go and get a centre-back. And I think it's naive of people who think this is Klopp saying, even though he's coming out and he's saying, oh, we're not getting a centre-back because of this reason, because of this. I think it's naive of people to think, oh, well, he doesn't want a centre-back because he's coming out and saying it. No, the people that are above are saying that we can't get a centre-back right now. And whatever that is, I think if it's money, it's bullshit. Either way, if they think we can go and win this league title with Reece Williams at the back, I don't know, mate, because that game yesterday was his level. He's not good enough to be a Premier League centre-back, and I'm not shitting on him because he shouldn't have to be. No one knew who he was last year. I didn't.
Yeah, that's the thing, lad. We do need a signing. We do, lad, and Klopp will want it. But it's one of them type of things where clubs are going to hold us to ransom. Who we're going to want that's going to come in and basically be a backup centre-back. It's going to be one of them type of things that's really difficult situations to probably get someone in. Or you could think about it on the positive side, lad. Maybe someone's coming back from injury a lot quicker than we thought, lad. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe, you know, that's down the line and we haven't seen that and he's not telling anybody. Do you know what I mean? There could be a positive to it as well. So I'm trying to think along them lines. Because Jurgen Klopp is not stupid, bro. We know this man is not soft.
Do you know what my problem is, though, Doyle? Is even if he is doing that, we shouldn't have went into this season with 3 senior centre-backs. We shouldn't have. We should not. No, Doyle, we shouldn't have the availability of just Van Dijk, Joe Gomez and Joel Matip. By the way, 2 of them are very, very injury prone.
I think he thought Fabinho would be the cover, so they'd make the 4th one. And I do agree with him because he had a lot of midfielders. Yeah, no, but we have a lot of midfielders and we have a lot of centre midfielders, lad, so there's a lot of people that can cover him. So I think he thought Fab can go in the centre-back, which is done. It's just the fact that we've literally been annihilated, lad. Like you can't even be gutted about it anymore. It's funny, lad. The amount of injuries and crap that we've had, lad, is just it's madness, bro. You can't. What's he supposed to do, lad? If people are saying he can't buy somebody,
this is why I'm not blaming Klopp.
It's heavy,
I don't want to come across like I'm blaming. What's your opinion on it, Alex? What's your opinion on the whole situation? Because again, even though I might have said Klopp in the sentence there, I am mainly talking about above Klopp. It's just because he is the poster boy in a sense. You know what I mean? I know it's not Klopp making this decision because he's not that stupid of a manager.
He's definitely trying to play a little bit of a game. I think, you know, if I let me try and make an example of what I think the situation is, right? So let's say I'm going out with the lads. Let's say I'm 14. Someone's knocked on my door. You're coming out to play, coming to cinema, go to pictures, yeah? And I asked my mum for the money. And she goes, I'm not giving you that, Joe. You know, you cheeky little bastards. I'm just giving you a £5. You spunk that. And I would go, okay. But I'd still try and go to the cinema. And when they say, oh, you're coming in, you've got a ticket. I can say, well, I didn't get the money from upstairs, so I can't. I'm sorry. Like, what more do you want me to say? I tried and I can't. There's no doubt in my mind that Klopp has gone to the guys above and said, could probably do with a new centre back here, guys. And they've gone, I'm not going to give you one. So how does then he tell the press that? How does he then tell the fans that? He's not just going to come out and go, we're not going to buy a centre back. He has to come out and say, maybe we might get one, but we might not because we've still got XXXX. So he's got to be careful in the way that he tells people like us that he's not buying one. Because he could still buy one.
Yeah, no, that's where we need to go in and start talking to the board then, whoever the decisions that's being made by. Because if that is the case, then we've just been sold a dream for time. Because, let's go all the way back to when we bought Sepp van der Berg. He was a player that was marketed to be one of the biggest things to come out of that country. Not only that, teams like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, biggest teams at that time were linked with him. Ever since he's joined Liverpool, what has he done? The start of this season, let's talk about Billy Kumateo, Billy the Kid. He was talked about and hyped up before the season, like, oh, he's going to be a great replacement for Dejan Lovren, going to be fine with him, next big thing to come out the youth system. What's he done? Rhys Williams, he weren't even in the picture. Nat Phillips, we couldn't sell. I'm not being funny. This club or whoever has PR'd this to a T where they've lied to us, and it's a disgrace that they've lied to us because let's be real with ourselves now. We need another centre back. We need to probably replace Joel Matip as well. So not only do we need to replace Joel Matip,
we need two.
We need two. We need two centre backs, and we're not even getting one at the second.
I just don't want it to come to the end of the season where we look back and go, do you know what? If we got a centre back, we would have won the league. I just don't want that. I don't want that sentence to come out of my mouth.
Bet you it will if we don't get a centre back. I bet you it will.
Of course it will, lad. There's only going to be regrets about it.
I'm kind of predicting the future a little bit there, but what I'm saying is, like, we have all the power in our hands right now to deal with the situation. We can deal with it. We might have to pay a bit. We got dough. We can deal with it. I just don't want us to lean on this complacent attitude that we've had now for probably the last month, where we've gone, listen, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But it gets broken. It does get broken. Look at Southampton.
The thing is,
Van Dijk and Gomez were playing in that game. There's no way we lose that game 1-0. No way.
Yeah.
If you're talking about transfers, lad, no one comes out and goes, yeah, we're in the market to buy loads of players. We want to buy this
No one does that.
No one does that anyway, lad. So Klopp is going to manage this situation, and I bet you we end up getting somebody, lad. Even if he says we're not getting somebody, we'll get someone. Remember Diogo Jota, lad? Diogo Jota.
Yeah, I bet you we still won't get anyone.
I'm like 60-40 that he won't get one. I think 40% he might get one, but 60% won't.
I'm 85% sure, and this is someone who's got a Transfer Daily show. Listen, I've got a Transfer Daily show, and I need people to tune into it. That being said, I am 90% sure we are not going to get any signings this summer.
There's only two reasons, lad. Two reasons. Someone's coming back from injury, or the top has told them you're not buying anybody, lad. They're the only two reasons.
But then, like, what I don't understand is if they're saying we're not buying anyone, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we have to get one in the summer. But why can't we just move the summer plans to January just for once? Just because we need to deal with the situation. Because everyone here on this stream knows that in the summer, Liverpool will buy a centre-back. Because the situation that we're in, it now means that we need one quicker than the summer. So let's throw out the rule book for a minute, deal with the situation whilst we still can, whilst it's still fucking January.
Yes.
Sort it out, and then at the end of the season, we'll go, hey, thank Christ we bought that centre-back because that's won us the league. Instead of saying, thank Christ we didn't win the league because we didn't buy a centre-back.
And another thing as well, this is a great point from Diego, and I know people can come in, well, who are we going to get? Well, if we're not going to go and spend 10 to 15 million, which we defo have, and if we don't, how? We don't spend no money in January transfer window. I know there's no fans, but we should still have enough dough to be able to chip in 15 to 20 million for the centre-back. But say if I am wrong and if I am stupid, because you are right, I don't know the full story. Why don't we do what Diego is saying and get a centre-back on loan? It's not wrong.
Stephen Coker.
I'd fucking have Coker. Do you want me to tell you why? Because he's better than what we've got right now. He is. And we can't start using Henderson at centre-back. It won't work.
No, we can't. It won't work. I agree. That does not work.
Two reasons why that doesn't work. One, because Henderson's a very, very average centre-back, probably just below average. And he's a great midfielder, so you lose a lot what he adds in that aspect. So you can't start doing that because we'll start playing shit like we did against Southampton. So it's one of them things, mate, where...
We just got to Sort it out, man. We have to
can't
sort
believe, and I know that if we were to sign Alaba, it'd have to be he'd join at the end of the season. But he would be a signing, though. He would be my number one winner, versatile. Yeah, man. Yeah, no,
but
man.
Lad, at
reliable.
The end of the season would be decent. Yeah, man. But also, I want him now. We need somebody ran now, lad.
Same. Listen, I will pay money to get Alaba right now, even though we could get him free at the end of the season, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. That being said, before we move on to about certain players' form and whatnot, are you boys confident about the upcoming game against Manchester United? Now, this isn't going to be the preview. That's going to come later on in the week, but it's one of them things. Obviously, even though they lost to City, they've been in really good form, way better form than we have. They had a very good December. We had a December, one of them things. Even with players, dipping in and out of form, like I said, we'll talk about more individuals in a bit, but do you think, Alex, I'll start with you. Are you confident in that? Because I don't even know how to word this frigging question.
I am confident. I am. I saw them play yesterday and they were awful, to be honest. And that's very similar team that will start against Liverpool. You just presume that once again in a big game they'll go with Fred and McTominay, with either Pogba or Bruno in that kind of 10 role. I think defensively they can still be got at. Attackingly, offensively for us, I mean, we're never not going to score goals because we've always got them three lads up top. But I think we're actually giving them, and they think that they're going to do better than they actually are. We could enter this game with obviously them on top, which will be more of a reason why we do need to beat them, has to beat them. But at the same time, I think we could give them an absolute schooling and a real humbling that I think they need right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if we won this game 3-0.
3-0.
Lad, this is one of them type of things. Lad, there's a number of reasons, lad. There's a number of reasons, right, why we'll win. One, it's Anfield. Two, Man United is shite, lads.
But fair enough. I'm not disputing that. Overall, over the past few years, I've been laughing at Man United like there's no other motherfucker. That being said, they're better than us on current form. There's no doubt about it.
But when
they're not just better. They're half a bit better because they've got massive frailties and they've got a full fit squad.
When Liverpool need to pull it out, they do, lad. Every time they need to beat a big squad, they do it, lad. And it'll be one of them games where they're coming to Anfield. We know we need to beat them if they go ahead of us. We'll want it more than them, lad. Believe me, we will want to come back and beat Man United. We like to play them, lad. I feel like don't get me wrong, I'm not like we're gonna win this game, but I don't think like they can win this game. I don't see Man United winning this fixture at Anfield. Ending that. How long has it been since we've lost at Anfield, bro?
Right, I'm not disputing that you're wrong because I also think we're going to go and win the game. And I also feel that this could be the game where Liverpool kind of take... Because do you like the way last time when it was us and Spurs and we beat them 2-1?
Yeah, man.
That was one of them games where we won that game and then we beat Palace and we thought we were going to go march on, but then we dipped in form. I feel like this could be the reverse of that if we beat Manchester United. That being said, I can only go off form, and off form, I know that you mentioned Anfield, and that is a massive factor because the proof is in the pudding. That being said, if you look on form, mate, and if you look on squad availability, they have got much better squad depth than what we do. They have got arguably some much better on form players than what we do. We've got Thiago who can come back into the team and create a stir. But if they try and neutralise them with their time in midfield, then it kind of solves more problems. Players like Mane and Salah aren't firing on all cylinders. It's one of them things, like it's not just... And also, I agree with most of the things you said, Alex, except a clean sheet. I don't understand how you can get that conclusion when we know Reece Williams is going to have to start.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. Like that's the
against
one part
Rashford,
that I do agree.
Against Rashford,
rapid and
Martial, Bruno Fernandes, who recently, in my opinion, hasn't played well but can get a goal out of nowhere. So we need to watch out for him. Pogba, who's been playing much better recently. It's one of them things where I'm just thinking, if we play Reece Williams or if we play Nat Phillips, we're fucked.
I hear that, but at the same time, a lot of big teams freeze at Anfield.
Stop doing this, Jay, lad. Stop doing this, lad.
I'm just trying to open our eyes to what the possibilities could be. I don't want Man United to be the first bastard team, and I'm not scared. I do think we'll win, but I have concerns within our team right now because form's got to come into it, and then these type of players are not good enough, and I will always just end up coming back to the same point. We need a centre-back. 330 people in here, by the way. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you go and subscribe to the twitch.tv. Doyle, you have a channel as well, but like you haven't posted anything on it, but still go and subscribe to Doyle too. Go and subscribe to Doyle too. Yeah, you can intersect there because I'm not.
Hey, well, listen, we'll win the game. Let's move on. We'll win the game.
Yeah, I'm confident, lad. I'm confident that we can beat them. Well. Not that we'll keep a clean sheet. Not that it'll be like the most best game in the world. That we'll get a result.
But Alex, I just want you to give me a reason to why you think we're going to get a clean sheet. That's all.
It will be 3-1.
Fair play.
3-1, fair enough. You've just saved yourself that debate. Right, so I want to talk about certain players then, and then we'll get into a bit of transfer gossip. Then we'll get into the quiz at the end as well. Mo Salah. Now, Salah's recent form, he's been poor recently, let's not dispute it. Not in terms of involvement, I think it's more just in terms of his output and in terms of how effective he's been on the pitch. I think his involvement's been the same. He's still getting chances, he's still creating things. It's not as effective, but that's why he's been out of form. Now, that being said, he still has 17 goals this season, and I think that shows the standards that we kind of set for Mo Salah now. But I want to get your thoughts, and I'll start off with Doyle on his contract situation. I don't know if you've heard about it, but obviously Liverpool have quite a few players to get a contract re-signed. Obviously, Gini Wijnaldum comes to mind with him this season. Yeah. But Henderson, Fabinho, Van Dijk, or other people that needs a contract renewal by the year 2022, because that's when their current contract runs out. Mo Salah is another person on that list, but Liverpool have came out and said Fabinho and Van Dijk are the two first people that they want to renew. So I just want to get your thoughts on that news, and do you think there's a chance that Mo Salah this could be the beginning of the end for him, essentially? Before you do answer that, though, Doyle, we've got a super chat from Richard Blackdog, the man who is always supporting this channel, the man with the peas and that. Richard Blackdog, the main man. Much love, my brother. Thank you for supporting. Smash that likes, people. If Richard Blackdog says it, then that means you do it. Anyway, Doyle, carry on.
There's one type of thing, lad. He's not very young, Mo Salah, lad. So there's always a possibility that if one of these types of big clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, whoever comes in, you might think, do you know what? I've won everything in Liverpool. Let's go over there. And there's a possibility of that. Having said that, I don't feel any danger right now, this season or next, really, that he's going to chip it before that. I think maybe he'll go on. If he did go on a free, lad, that would be heavy. So we do not see, heavy. So it might be one of them type of situations that if we don't get him to sign a contract by the time he's going to run out, we might have to sell him next year, lad, just get some dough for him. So it might be one of them situations where, I don't know, we have to look for somebody else coming up in the summer as well for the right wing. It is a bit scary, lad, when you think about it, because this team, when they want to be sick, lad, are amazing. So I can't imagine dismantling at all at the moment. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that, Jay, to be quite honest,
I don't want to think about it either. But Alex, talking on his recent form, it's probably been a good few games now that Mo Salah just hasn't seemed to be himself. Even Theo says, if Salah does not play, it surely has to be Shaq over Minamino. I'd love to see him rip United apart again. And the only reason, because I saw Shaqiri mentioned in that sentence from Theo, and I think it's one of them where it seems like Mane and Salah have this sort of thing right now where they both need to get goals, but they're both not passing as much as they usually do. And like the movement in and around the front three isn't as fluid as it usually is. That's one thing I noticed against Aston Villa. So, Alex, I want to know what you think about Salah's form and what does he need to do to get back into form, because these performances are eye-scratching from time to time recently.
Yeah, I mean, I think him scoring the other night will definitely, League Cup or FA Cup or not, it will still give him a little bit of a boost back up, just to find the back of the net again, you know? Yeah. I think if there is one game that we completely rip the form book up, we completely rip everyone's individual form up, it's this game. Who knows? We could win this game 3-1. Salah gets 2, Mane gets 1, and Bobby gets 1, and then everyone's back to normal, and we're all happy again. And we're not talking about contracts running out. I'm not talking about centre backs, because we've done it. We've smashed United, which I hope happens. But I do think there is a chance he might go in the summer. Usually, when a year kind of is left on your contract, it is that time where you have those conversations. And I'm just like, there must be something else, because if you're Salah, if you're Wijnaldum, if you're whoever, and this might be me being a big Liverpool fan, I don't know what it is. But if a contract gets put on you, you sign it. genuinely, where else can they go that is better than Liverpool right now? And I hope for once, in recent years, for once, it's the narrative of, oh, I need to leave Liverpool to get more money or higher in legacy or more trophies. For once, because actually, for all those things you want to happen, the best chance of you achieving that is here. Don't leave. Look at Emre Can, Coutinho, all these lads that forced their way out. For what? Like, let's just for once say, listen, you're already legends here, all of you, but let's be immortals. Let's just have this team together now, milk it dry for the next, 2 or 3 years. So we've had the front three up top for 6 years. I think that's when we can start to rebuild the team. But until Salah, Mane and Firmino are walking out that door, we have to keep them there as long as possible all together, because I just for once want us to kind of be the initiator,
be the ruthless bastards that we need.
Yeah,
be
the ruthless
together,
situation. Keep the unit together.
And
I understand it does get to a day where this team needs to start being reinvigorated and reinvested into. I do really get that. But right now, though, Salah is in his prime, and that is why we should not let Salah go. As for this comment from Jason, right there, sorry, Alex. Redmond TV trying to rip off Redmond TV. Listen, Redmond is my second name from birth, motherfucker. It's James Redmond, my name, and I've whacked TV at the end of it. Don't say that I'm trying to rip off anyone, but shout out to Redmond TV, though. Sorry, Alex, what was your point?
I would be, if I was Klopp and I've got Salah and Ginny, I'm in and ahhing about signing this contract, I would say one word to them. I just go like that and point to Thiago. Be like, look, he's the best player midfielder in the world. Do you not want to just stay here and play with him for 3 more years? Genuinely. No, seriously, because you just point at him and go, hang on, you want to leave?
Him for you.
You've seen him, by the way. He's all right. Yeah, we did this for you, you ungrateful pricks. We did this for you, so you can get more goals for us. How dare you run away? No, listen, have you seen him, by the way? He's decent. As far as you, I'd stay. The only reason I will let you go out that door is for weather. I don't care.
Do you know
if you want sun, fuck off. But if you want to stay in the rain and be a fucking legend, stay here.
Nah, that's what I said. That. Do you know what's mad? I said that before Jurgen Klopp came out and said it publicly. I said the only reason Salah will leave this fucking club is because the weather is absolutely diabolical. Other than
that, you can have the weather. Reason. When you're 35, go and enjoy the weather.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, you've got this big
stay and win Champions Leagues and Prems and golden boots, lad. That's what you want to do, lad.
Nah, down the park, have a few bevies and it's sound, isn't it?
Salah is a legend. He's a certified legend, regardless what happens in the future. 100 goals for the club in the short space of time. I was having an argument with Rance a few weeks ago, and he was like, he was talking about Salah's 100 goals and whatnot, and I was just saying to him, listen, mate, Salah's done this. He joined the league in 2018. He's already.
What did he say? Yeah. What did he say?
He basically said like Rashford's 20. He's 23. Martial's like 20, whatever, and they're gonna get that goal tally soon. And I was just like, well, look at the seasons Rashford has had compared to Salah in the league and for Man United first team, and look at the fact that Salah's got 100 goals.
Rashford's only scored 7 goals this season.
Yeah, so
if Salah got that at this stage, we'd be asking for Salah to get sacked.
Yeah, he just mentioned it, and I was just like, mate, Salah is different gravy, because he was just talking him down too much. But from Ryan, this won't be an easy game for either LFC. This won't be an easy game for either LFC or United. However, the one thing LFC have in their favour over United is the record against the top 6 sides. And very good point from Ryan there. We actually have done well against the bigger teams.
We're boss against them, lads.
And obviously it's at Anfield, so that plays in our favour, even though they've done all right away from home. And from Danny Bingham, top man James, keep up the great work. Love your videos from Scotland. You'll never walk alone, Danny, my friend. Love that. Absolutely sensational. Right, another.
By the way, the answer to every question is just Thiago, though, isn't it? So
Thiago. What's 5?
Whatever question you ask me, Thiago.
20. What's 5 plus 20? Thiago. Who's the fittest bird in the world? Thiago. Who? I can't think of any more. But what you said is the answer to all your problems. If you've got any problems,
don't even say anything. Just
look at him. Just watch a clip of Thiago being boss. That's what you need to do. Do you know what's dead funny though? I see neutrals posting things like Liverpool fans every time Thiago passes a ball. Damn right, because he's the best player in this league. Get on that. Unsubscribe. Oh my God, unsubscribe if you wish.
Sit on that one.
Thank
around.
you for being here in the meantime. Honestly, it means the world that you've supported me. If you want to unsubscribe because of that statement, fair enough. But Thiago is the best player in this league. Not on form because he hasn't been playing, but he is the best player in this league, no doubt.
Bro, he literally went up. I know he was 17 or whatever, but he went up to that Villa kid on the edge of the box, got right up in his grill, and the Villa guy was like, what am I going to do? And he just drops one shoulder and goes the other way. He can get that close to you and still find space. He'd find space in a single bed with Gemma Collins. I'm sure of it.
Nah, defo, lad, defo. Another player that I want to talk about, one who is probably, in my opinion, on his day, the sauciest baller at Liverpool. I'm trying to think of anyone. Nah, I can't think of anyone else. Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, Sutton is clearly up with one of the world's best right-backs. And let me reiterate, he's one of the world's best right-backs, just not on form. You know, like there's a ... just not on form. And it's one of them things, like, if this form continues, and say if he has a poor performance against United, I'll ask you first, Doyle, do we start to think about possibly bringing in Nico Williams, who, before you answer, was having a good string of games, probably had about 4 really solid performances before he got injured. And even though it was against 15-year-olds, he had a great game against Aston Villa, which not long ago was his level, and he looked like a completely different level in that game. So just if the form is to continue, say if he has another Harley, then do we start to think about maybe implementing Nico Williams?
It's one of them type of things, lads. So there's so many reasons why Trent is not playing the same as he had in the past few seasons. Number one is he hasn't got Gomez and Virgil right behind him, lad, that are going to cover him, make sure he's doing all the right things, talk to him. He's not got that, so that's going to be a big problem for him. And number two is complacency, lad. We see this team is riddled with complacency, lad. It's the same reason why we can win against all the top 6 sides, but we can't beat Brighton and we can't beat West Brom because they just think they're going to do it because we're a boss side, and we do. We usually beat teams, but we haven't got that grit anymore because we've won. We've won the Premier League, and that's our problem at the moment. I think we bounced back from the Virgil and the Gomez injuries because we had a little chip on our shoulder to prove that, we can play without them. But now the curve's dropped again, lad. We've dropped it again after Tottenham beats Crystal Palace 7-0. We're like, yes, we're the best team in the league, 7-0. And then as soon as we win 7-0, it goes down. It's all in the brains, lad. It's literally all in their brains, lad. If they play the way they know they can play, lad, then they'll win. Like we're saying, Manny and Salah are just being greedy at the moment, lad. It's weird. We just need to see them with a bit of grit and hunger, not frustration and complacency. You get what I mean? They need to play like they want to win. But
hypothetically, though, Doyle, yes or no, if Trent has a poor game, a shocker, because he's had a few, he had the worst game I've ever seen him play against Southampton, most balls given away in a game this season. It was mad. It was definitely up there with his worst performances. Say if he has another one against United and say one after that, do we put Nico Williams in at right back because he's actually been in good form? Well,
this is the thing. You can't take Trent's place away from him in a season. That's crazy.
Not permanently. But sometimes, like Firmino, we brought in Jota and Firmino started playing better when he came back into form. Do we do the same sort of thing here?
The answer is no. I'm going to say no.
I'm not saying Nico is perfect, but it's just a thought.
I think the reason I'm saying no is because we still need, the way we play football, we still need Trent and Robbo to whip in them crosses, lad. And I know Nico's got a decent little cross on him, but Trent, we all know how special he is at passing that ball, lad. And we're going to need him to win this season. We already are missing key players. We can't afford to take key players off when they're having a few bad games. He will bounce back. He will play well, just like the rest of the team, lad.
Doyle, just to counter that argument, my mate, he has, in my opinion, I think he's had a poor season, not just a poor few games.
I agree.
And he's costing us. He cost us that goal against Southampton. That position was poor.
But he got left on his own, lads.
Listen, Mo Salah does not help Trent in the slightest because he doesn't track back enough. But at the same time, we need Salah to be at the top end of the pitch because he's our main goal scorer. So it gets to the point where, yes, the system might be a bit fucked, but Trent should still be doing better in individual moments. He shouldn't have gave the ball away that many times. He's shot of confidence, and there's just something that you don't want to do to a player with that quality. And he's still very young. Many people done this with Rashford. He has a really, and I think Trent has exceeded Rashford in terms of the quality he's shown in that position, because he's actually been talked about as the best right back in the world at one point, whereas Rashford, I can't really ever recall him being the best in his position, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so it's one of them things where now that you're looking at it, you don't want to fuck him. I don't know what you think, Alex, but I don't want Trent to be fucked forever.
No, he won't be. He's not going to be.
I don't think he will be, but I just don't want him to get shot of confidence where he has a poor rest of the season, where like a Firmino, where he's dropped for a few games, re-energized, refueled, because Jota came in and gave him a bit of competition.
Listen, this season has proved that no one is undroppable. If Gerrard had 5 games in a row, you'd want Haman to come in and play instead of him. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're not playing well and we have backup that is competition for you, we're going to give them a chance. It's not about Trent is our best right back, so he must play every game. If Trent's playing awfully, you should expect to be dropped. You can't be exempt from this.
I agree.
If Alisson had 5 shockers in a row, Kelleher's going in goal. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree.
He's getting his chance. No one is undroppable. I think it's because everyone keeps saving chat, though.
What?
You don't get it?
Nah,
Trent's playing badly because everyone keeps saving chat.
So do you get it?
No.
I should never have to explain a joke. No, he was like caught up in that thing, and he said, "Stop saving chat" when he was chatting to that pregnant bird.
Oh, bloody hell, Alex, lad, make yourself more clear next time.
Wow, you Liverpool fans, you should bloody know.
Yeah, mate, my stance on it is if he continues to play bad, then maybe put in a James Milner.
But that's not even like out of this world to think. Like, if he's not in form, he must get dropped.
No,
like,
defo.
If Ronaldo or Messi had 5 shit games, get on the bench.
Defo, 100%. And it's like that with Mane and Salah. And people keep talking about Salah's selfish and whatnot. I think recently Mane's been just as selfish.
Yeah,
I really do. I'm not saying that he's overall like just as selfish player as Mo Salah, but in the past month or two, Mane has been. Listen, my brother, the shirt is there. Don't know if you can see it, but it's there. Best player in the world in my head always. That being said, he's been selfish recently. You can't dispute that. And I think this team overall, before we move on, just needs a change in shape, a change in motivation. Maybe even consider changing the tactics going forward. Maybe not for the United game, because that's a big game to gamble with. That being said, maybe after that, think about a different approach, especially against smaller sides. Because if you create a bank against us now, then you're sound. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of them things. If you can just try and hit us on the break, it's one of them. Get the strikers' confidence back and all that. But anyway, boys, we'll move into a bit of transfer gossip. And before we do move into it, people making listen, lads, some people are laughing at your stuff. You know what I mean? Some people are laughing at your jokes. Before we do move on, though, people, thank you very much for the support you've been showing. We've got 320 people in here. Thank you if you've been smashing the likes. Also, thank you if you became a Redmond Army member. Also, you can become a member of the channel. Top link in the description. And yeah, but anyway, a bit of transfer news. Alex, reportedly, there's been reports coming out about Leipzig willing to sell Upamecano, not necessarily, on the top of their radar, but they know that they can get a good bit of dough for him right now. So I don't know what you think, but I mean, I've established I'd take him, but I'm sure you'd take him.
Yeah,
it's one of them. I just don't think we would.
I'd take him, but it's clever from them, because what they've done is saying, we'll sell him. And that kind of puts everyone on alert, all the teams that do need a top centre back, and then they're kind of just sitting back and waiting for the big teams to come and inquire now. And if they say, yes, we are going to sell him, and then Liverpool step up to the door, knock on and go, how much? They go, it's going to cost you 70 mil. So, and we're not going to pay that, are we? So realistically, I don't think it's going to happen. Would I like him to come in? Yes. Would I have him over Gomez? Maybe not, just because of the connection that Gomez and Matip have kind of grown. Gomez and Van Dijk have got together. He's just going to be too much. It's too much.
Guess what?
What I said earlier about putting a few quid in, scrapping the summer plan and investing it in January, I say that, but realistically, if we do buy a centre-back, I can't see anyone coming in for over 20 million, really.
Yeah. Now, guess what? Sven Botman is the answer to all your problems.
But
Why
I
haven't
heard
we got him, lad?
why haven't we got him yet? Because it was hot for a day last week, and then it all went quiet again.
I don't know, but here's the answer to all of our problems. He's cheap, he's young, he's Dutch, he's a left-sided centre-back. The club's in a financial state, they can do with the money. Like, I mean, then
but why are we not doing this now then?
It came out that they were just trying to raise the price of Sven Botman a little bit, but it's one of them things, mate. Why aren't Liverpool just being ruthless? And this is one thing I hate about the higher ups about Liverpool. You need to be ruthless, and even if it means going out and getting a 50 million centre back in Upamecano, or better yet, even his partner, who I actually think might be even slightly better in Konate, why not go out and get him?
City would do it.
If this, that
City
oh my God, Doyle, we do you know, like the way we're Scousers in sync. We are in sync. Literally, the words that was about to come out of my mouth, my mate. City would definitely go out. They would shag teams for their players. They would shag you. They would shag you for your players. Let me tell you why. Because they can, and so can Liverpool. Maybe not to that extent, but I'm not saying go and get an Upamecano. Go and get a centre back that will improve this team.
It's a bit like being in a club, and you're at the bar, and there's a big baller who's like two bits down from you at the bar. The barman brings over a big bottle of Magnum bottle of vodka, and he goes, "Yeah, that'll be 500 quid, please." And Liverpool, they're going, "Oh, that's a bit expensive." That. Meanwhile, whilst we're debating about it, Man City have just bought the bottle, and they've got all the girls around the table now. That's what it's like. We need to just be like, "How much is it?" Right, there's the dough. We'll have him. Off we go.
There you go.
In the league.
It's like if you go and grab a 20 sack. If you go and grab it, you don't want to be there for too long talking to him, do you? You want to grab it, you want to dust it. It's end of story. But to reply to this comment, Danny, no one has seen Botman play, but he's suddenly the answer to all of our problems. And do you know what, Danny? You are right to an extent. I haven't watched them week in, week out. But let me tell you this, my friends. The criteria that I have been given is Liverpool can't buy a centre-back because it's too much. So I'm trying to think of the best possible case scenario. Also, we've got Gomez and Van Dijk coming back, so we don't want to get anyone too good. So that's why I'm saying, let's not get Upamecano. Let's get a young centre-back. I've gave you the attributes. He's been one of the best centre-backs in League 1, not in the conference like Rhys Williams. He's been one of the best centre-backs in a sound league. Might not be the upper echelon, but still a sound league. And he's better than what we've got. And he fits the criteria of what Liverpool have told me. So just to reply to you, Danny, and thank you very much for watching the stream. Really, really appreciate it. But that is why I'm saying Sven Botman is the answer to our problems, simply for the fact he's much better than what we've got. He might be shit if he comes in, but he's better than Rhys Williams. He's much better than Nat Phillips, who, like I said before, we were going to sell Nat Phillips. None of these centre-backs were even... Nat Phillips and Rhys Williams weren't in the picture. They weren't. Pre-season. They just ended up because of circumstances.
At the same time, you don't want to get someone who's going to completely blow Joe Gomez and Matip out the equation. You just want someone. That's why I think eventually a loan could be the best option. We could just say, listen, come here for 6 months, do well, win the league, and then when you go in the summer, we bring Alaba in. That's the ideal situation, I think. Just get someone in on loan who isn't going to absolutely get rid of the mainstays, but someone who's going to challenge and be good enough to see us out till the end of the season.
Yeah, even Ben White from Brighton would be another good option. But this is a good comment from James Berry. Why didn't Liverpool look at Wesley Fofana looking class at Leicester? And I know that we can't get Fofana because he's just joined Leicester, but he was a part of a crop that Saliba, who's obviously just gone out on loan to where? Nice. I think it's Nice. Yeah, he's just gone out on loan to Nice from Arsenal. And he was a part of that crop of good centre-backs. And people even rated Saliba higher than Fofana back in France. So why didn't we get him on loan? Because we're talking about loans. What's a player we could have got on loan? Even if Arsenal wouldn't want to give to Liverpool, if they want to loan him out and we hear about it, sounds we could do with him. It's not like we're competing. It's not like Arsenal are going to look at Liverpool and be like, "Oh, they're our competitors." Fuck off. Even though it's only like 9 points or whatever, they're not competing for the league. And I'm not trying to diss Arsenal here, but do you hear what I'm saying? That's an option we could have got on loan. Why didn't we get Saliba? Because even though he might not be perfect, he's better than what we've got.
Well, because there must be something going on.
He's probably even better than Dejan Lovren. I always come back to this. Why did we sell Dejan Lovren?
Because he was shit, bro.
But guess what? Guess what, though, Alex? He's well better. Sorry. He is well better than Rhys Williams, and he's well better than Nat Phillips.
He is. Like,
next point.
Right now he is.
No. Yeah. So what's your point? He's a senior centre back who's played at the top of the game.
He just scored a mad own goal the other day. Did you see that? Overhead kick and goal.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
He's still, get on this, he's still well better than the centre-backs we've got available. Well better.
Yeah, but he'd come in against United, fuck up, and everyone would be like, oh, why didn't we
And
sell
10 million,
like...
10 million. Yeah, but guess what? Reece Williams will, and he's a kid.
Oh, that's harsh, though. That's harsh.
How is that harsh?
You can't say before the game that's what Reece Williams is going to do. Come on, man. You got to back the dog.
Have you saw what he's just done against the 17-year-olds? And he's
bro, but yeah.
I'm not trying to write, and I said this earlier, Alex. I'm not trying to write off Reece Williams overall, but right now he's not good enough.
Sure, but Louis Barry would have done that to Lovren as well. He got across his man, which means you either take me out and get sent off, or you let me go and score.
No, Dejan Lovren would have kicked him to the fucking floor
and got sent off. Would have got sent off.
Still,
and then you would have been like, what a wanker, get him off for 17-year-old.
I'm not saying Dejan Lovren was perfect, but why are you selling him for peanuts? Shout out Conor McGregor. Peanuts, yeah? On 10 million. We don't need 10 million. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one.
Well, apparently we do.
No, we need a centre-back more than we need 10 million.
Well, I think the idea in the summer was to sell him and bring someone in, but Billy the Kid, Van der Sep, Reece and Sepp
Sepp Vandenberg shit. He can't even play for the under-23s right now.
The reality
is, but with those four players that I just named, Klopp was probably thinking, between all four of them, I'll take that, you know? I'm not saying I agree with it, bro. I'm not saying I agree with it. But
lads,
that's how Klopp works. We know that.
Klopp didn't see any of this coming. They never seen any of it coming, lads. How can you buy anybody? We never seen any of this coming, lad. Never seen Gomez and Virgil getting smoked in the first half of the season, lads. You know what I mean? It's one of them. We had Matip, we had Fab to cover them, and now we've used them, and they've got injured as well. So we've just been proper unlucky, lads. We do need to dip our hands in our pockets for this transfer window. I massively agree. But I don't think it's up to Klopp, lad. Like we said, I think they've got a very strict business plan. There's a reason why we're successful as a football club at the moment, and it's because they've got a business plan, lad, and they're very good at it. We sold players for loads of money, lads.
Yeah, but Doyle, like, that doesn't mean we can start regression or whatever the word is, because I want this club to keep pushing for leagues, you know what I mean? And I'm not blaming Klopp. I've said it publicly. I'm 101% sure this isn't him making this decision. That being said, I just don't. I'm talking to the club when I'm saying this. Do you know what I mean? And it's like whoever's decision Dejan Lovren to leave was, because I know Dejan Lovren weren't perfect. This is the comment for it. I know the point you're saying, Alex. I'm not saying Dejan Lovren was world class, but he was one of the best fourth choice centre backs in world football, and he was actually reliable, even though he weren't perfect. He was reliable. He was available. Bet you'd have Martin Skrtel right now. Damn right, I'd have Martin Skrtel right now. Yeah. Why? Because he's better than what we have got. Anyway, last question before we get into the quiz. Yes or no answer, just based on your thoughts now. Your mind can change in a week or two, and I'll answer the question as well, but I'm going last because, you know, I'm the host of the channel. Will not getting a centre-back cost Liverpool the league? So you're first.
Yes, we need a centre-back. The only way I can possibly see us not needing a centre-back is, again, if somebody is coming back from injury a lot quicker than expected. That is the only possible. Or Gomez, whatever, lads. Or Matip even. Like, one of them might be coming back early.
Well, Matip's back for the United game, but how long will he be available for?
Is he?
Question.
Is he back for the United game?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
There you go, then, lad. It might be something to do with that.
So back to 3-0. It's going to be 3-0, not 3-1.
Oh, actually, yeah, I never considered that, you know. I actually forgot Matip was a bit... See what Matip... See what...
Matip's a good defender, lad. I'm not
on steroids.
Lad, he gets injured, lad, but he's a fucking solid player, Matip. He's a good player, lad.
He's amazing.
And them two, Fab and Matip, have proved themselves to be solid as well, lad.
And he's injured. He's injured.
Is he?
Yeah!
Right, that's good. We'll still win the game.
I see how Jay's optimism now towards the end of this, lad. Time with us, lad.
Yeah.
I'm happy now.
Doyle's got a good point, though, because who knows? We could have seen Klopp in that office with pen to paper, about to buy Alaba. He's literally about to sign it, and then the physio comes in. He goes, "Gomez, only 3 weeks there, you know, kid." And he goes, "Shut up, that. Then we'll just wait, won't we?"
And just have a sip in his coffee, lad. Exactly, lad.
Never
and then Matip's come back as well. He's like, sweet lad, I've got a little sub there as well, lad. Just stick him on, lad, until Gomez gets back.
Nah, listen, I enjoyed them debates, boys. I'll have to get you on more regularly. This is a great show. I enjoyed this well more than doing it just by myself. That being said, Ryan Turner's just said recall Lucas Leiva and slap him centre back. Defo. It's funny. It's funny the way it's funny the way he's mentioned to Lucas Leiva, because obviously it was the big man's birthday yesterday, and I mentioned we are going to do a quiz at the end of this show. It is time for that quiz, and it is about the one, the only Lucas Leiva. Here we go! Happy birthday to what is a Liverpool legend. That shot against Everton when we were 4-0 up will forever be remembered, and Jurgen Klopp's reaction to that will forever be remembered. Right, boys, have you got a notepad and a pen in front of you or by you?
Correct, I do.
L5 alive, people. Yes, got a pen.
It's right. Perfect then, let's go. I'll keep the scores ready. People in the chat may join. You've only got 10 seconds to answer though, boys, so you can't look at the fucking answers and cheat, you know what I mean? You know them way there, as expressions would say. Anyway, are you ready for the first question?
Yeah, man.
Right. First question then, celebrating the main man, that is Lucas Leiva.
By the way, can I just say I'm going to win this quiz, just saying.
Okay, fine, boss. Doyle, any words?
That's fine.
Scouts, fuck off, lad. Fuck you, fella. In your face, mate. Right, first question. Here we go. Lucas Leiva left Liverpool in July 2017, on the 18th to be exact, to join Latio, in case you didn't know. But how much did he leave Liverpool for? And the closest to the sum will get the point.
Do you want me to... We wait for your call to reveal, yeah?
Yeah. But you've got about 10 seconds, probably about 7 left.
Don't need
5. Okay, are you good? You ready?
Yeah, don't say it. Just reveal your paper, lads.
Right, okay. So, reveal your paper first.
I've gone for 6.7 mil.
6.7 mil. And Zoyle?
5 mil.
5 mil. And the winner of the first question is Doyle, lad! He cost Latio 5.1 million according to transfer market. So that is 1-0 to the Doyle, lads. Doyle is 1-0 up in the Lucas Leiva quiz. Bear in mind, the last time these two had a quiz, people, it was based on D1, the only Genie Wijnaldum, and Doyle also won that. So, Alex, you've got
that was fixed. That was fixed. That was. No, he was cheating.
He's one of them kids that loses and he's like, hey, that was fixed because I didn't win, lad. No, he's that
kid who, when you play tog and it's his football and he's losing,
he'll take it
and he'll take it home.
You know the use can play, lad. This is why
you're heavy, you do, you know. You just don't know. That's nothing out the word, is that? I'd rather be called a Tory.
Never, lad.
Whoa!
Exactly, that's how much.
Fuck the
Tories. Fuck Boris. Next question. Sorry if there's any Tories watching, but not sorry.
No,
fuck yourself.
No. Listen, you can't be a Tory and Liverpool fan. Doesn't work. Carry on.
No, never in a gazillion years. Anyway, second question. How many goals did Lucas Leiva score in all competitions for Liverpool Football Club?
I've got my answer.
Okay, so you'll let me know when you've got yours.
Fuck. Don't know.
Right, Doyle, are you ready? Gonna have to rush yet, boss.
Yeah.
So Alex, you go first. Say your answer.
In all competitions, you said, innit?
Yeah,
5.
All comps. Okay,
5.
And Doyle.
4.
Oh,
okay.
So
the winner of this one is Alexis. He got 7 goals for all competitions for Liverpool Football Club.
Get on that. I wrote 7 and put 5 because I was like, he never scored 7. It
is 1-1, and there's 5 questions left. Obviously, maybe one of them questions might be a multiple bonus question in terms of the points and whatnot. Anyway, so it's 1-1. The first question was how much did Lucas cost when he left Liverpool to Latio? It was 5.1 million. Doyle said 5 million, and Alex said 6 point something. And then the second question was how many goals did Lucas score for Liverpool in all competitions? And Alex came back with a little 1-1. This is a fight, and it is a fight indeed. Make sure you stay tuned, people, and smash that like button. As for the third question, and my battery is running low, so we'll have to get through these rather quick. How many of these goals, of these 7 goals, were scored in the league for Liverpool?
Done.
Okay, and Alex?
I'm going to go with...
Okay. Reveal.
4.
Okay, and Doyle?
1.
And oh my God, Doyle's got it bang on. He's got it bang on.
That's why I went for 4, lad. I went for 4 because I was like, he scored. I literally remember him saying he scored 1 goal the entire time when he left, lad. And I was like,
1 league goal.
I can name who that goal was against, though. I can tell you who he scored that goal. It was Newcastle. It was a header at the top end.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Good thing that weren't my next question. Otherwise, you would have lost the points. Anyway, it weren't my next question. Anyway, next, how many games has Lucas played for Latio since leaving Liverpool? Closest to the game gets the point. So, how many games has Lucas Leiva played for Latio since leaving Liverpool? How many appearances? This is off the bench, on the bench. I mean, not on the bench, off the bench, starting, whatnot. Go on. Doyle?
I've gone for 197.
Okay, and Doyle?
90.
Okay. The closest to this is Doyle because because he's played 131 games. He's played 131 games. So yeah, Doyle. This is what you call quiz. This is what you call quiz annihilation. Boom. Next word, insert yourself. Right. Next question, Alex, you need some points, my friend. How many goals has he contributed since leaving Liverpool? So how many goals has he contributed to Lazio since leaving Liverpool? So this is goals and assists.
Fuck.
I'm going with that.
So what's that, Alex?
13.
Okay, and Doyle?
5.
Okay, the closest to this one is Alex because he has had 15 goal contributions since leaving Liverpool. 4 goals and 11 assists.
Fucking hell,
he won Lazio's Player of the Year the first season he was there. All Liverpool fans voted for him on the website.
Yeah, so yeah, he was boss. He's been quality since he's joined Latio. So that was the 5th question. We've got 2 more. So Alex, you need these 2 right to win this. You need these 2 right.
Istanbul setting.
Right,
okay.
That's it, lad. That's it. So it's 3-2 to Doyle. 2 more questions left to go. This might actually be one that you both get as well. So this could be unlucky, to be fair. Do you know what? I'm gonna. I'll make the last one 2 points.
Go and get your charger.
Me charger.
Go and get it so your phone doesn't run out or your laptop run out.
I'm on it. Well, this question is, all right, then. The next question is: Lucas signed from what club in 2007? Okay, I'll be back now. To Liverpool.
That's easy, lad. I can say that right now.
Gremio.
Yeah.
We both knew that. That was easy, to be fair. Yeah, it's right.
That was too easy, that one.
How are we then, folks? In the comments, good to see you.
How bizarre! I've won.
How bizarre!
Just so you know, lad, I've won.
Whoa, not yet. There might be a qualified draw.
Hey, listen, lad.
What's up, you prick?
Listen, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points. You have 2.
No, you've got 3, brother. You've got
I've got 4. I've got 4.
I've got 3. I've got 3. What, did I not just get that one right with you? Are you mad or something?
Right, so what teams did you choose?
Gremio, both of us.
And you are correct. Well done. So that is a point for
Me and
both.
Gilly are having beef, lad, on the stream, lad.
Right.
Like, hey, how many points has Gilly got, lads?
3. And
okay, fair play.
Doyle is on 4. So this is the last
If I get this one right, then we have to do some kind of tiebreaker.
Nah, we're going to make this a 2-pointer just because I have no more questions. Yeah, we're going to make this
next goal wins. Okay.
Next goal wins. It is 4. It'd be a draw anyway, so we don't want it to be a fucking draw, you know what I mean? How many goal contributions did he get for Liverpool Football Club? Bear in mind, he joined us in 2007. Goal contributions.
How bizarre. I am going to go for 14.
I went for 15.
Okay, so Alex has gone for 14 goal contributions in Lucas's 10-year stay at Liverpool Football Club, and Doyle has gone for 15 goal contributions, which can be goals or assists, from Lucas Leiva's time at Liverpool Football Club. The answer, and therefore the winner of this quiz, the second quiz between you two, is... Well, actually, it's Doyle! 28 goal contributions! 28 goal contributions since in his time for Liverpool. 7 goals, 21 assists. Boom! Alex is gone. Alex is gone. Listen, Alex is going to be crying a lot tonight, people. So make sure that you support him and go and subscribe because he is in tears. Doyle, congratulations! 2-0 in the Alex versus Doyle quiz show.
You get when you talk shit, Gilly lad. That's what happens, bro.
To be continued, my friends. Before we end this stream, we have got a super chat.
Fucking piss take that is. One contribution has cost me there. That was in the last I put 14, he put 15, and because it's 28, he wins. What a disgrace.
Well, it is what it is. You should have went higher, my friend. You should have went higher. Anyway, it's Inish Kede. I can't say this name, but thank you very much for your super chat. And gentlemen, which only... Oh, yeah, I can read the last bit. Kick racism out of sports. I can read that bit. The first bit, though, is a bit too mad. Gentlemen, which only English player to win a Champions League with two different English teams?
Daniel Sturridge, Chelsea and Liverpool, 2012, 2019. Thank you very
much.
Do I not get some? Oh, honestly.
No, Alex, you've lost. You've lost.
Honestly.
Like you are.
Oh, mate.
Like you are.
No, you're a loser. Why do you have losers on your channel?
You have failed. You have failed your family. You have failed your bloodline. You are not. And you know what? This is one of them things. You know, like if you were talking to like someone really important to you in your family right now, they wouldn't say they're angry. They would say they're just disappointed because that is how I feel right now.
You know what? You're saying this all as a joke now, yeah? And I'm going to go to bed. I'll be laying up for hours going, I fucking failed all of them, didn't I? My missus will be like, you're right. I'll be like, in the corner, like, fucking lost by 1 point, you know?
Oh, mate, what a show that was.
It wasn't 1 point, though, Gilly, lad. The last point was 2 points, lad. So you actually lost by 3, just so you know, Gilly, lad.
Oh my God! The piss has been taken, bro. Couldn't even snatch the win. But people, that will be the end of this show. What a show it was, boys. We need to make this a more regular thing. Get you on much more often. Hopefully, you have all gone over and subscribed to the Cop TV, like I told you. So if you haven't,
forget it. I don't want them now. Fuck off.
No, shut up, Alex. trying to get you some subscribers here, lads. You know what I mean? You say you want to be a YouTuber. People, go subscribe to Alex because he will be crying in his bed tonight. Like what I said, he is going to be a very, very upset man. Therefore, Doyle is going to be on the bevies. He is going to be having a great night, Doyle. And you know what, Doyle, you deserve it, my mate, because that is 2 quiz wins in a row, and the next one is going to be coming soon. Anyway, people, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to me. Lucas Leiva. Make sure you subscribe to Cop TV, and yeah, like the